Hi, and welcome to the Crafty Bee Company, where we create beauty and order in a chaotic world. My name is Brianne, and if you're new to the hive, welcome. If you've been buzzing with us a while, it's great to have you back. It's 2025, and yet again, I'm asking, where did another year go? Are you the person who sets new goals for the year and starts off strong in January only to fade in February and give up altogether? I hear that. I've been infamous for flopping hard on failure, but I've also been known to blow some of my goals out of the water. Let's make this the year of blowing our goals out of the water. I'll walk you through some simple goal planning strategies so you can make 2025 the best year yet.
Welcome to the Crafty Bee Company, where we create beauty and order in a chaotic world. As a productivity consultant, I will help you reclaim the queen bee title of your busy hive by training your whole family to be worker bees that can help lift your heavy mental and physical load. It will be sweet, there will be stings, but I will be flying with you the whole journey. Let's get buzzin'.
We've heard the phrase new year, new me. I don't think we necessarily need to remake who we are, but I do believe that we are better when our homes and family are in order. It's really hard to feel good when there's discourse in our house or clutter everywhere we look. The good news is it's never too late to get our homes in order. In this episode, I will share some simple steps to set a goal for your home and family and achieve it. I'll skim the surface of my strategy, but if you're interested in diving deeper, check out my book, Manage Your Busy Hive, or one of my workshops called Grow Your Goals. Both of these are linked in the show notes and can be found on my website. The first thing we need to do is define our problem. When we're setting a goal, we need to narrow down what our main problem is. We may look at a situation and think it's way too overwhelming to tackle, but when we look closer, we realize there are lots of smaller problems creating one large one. Think about the contributing factors to your large problem and pick one of those to tackle first. I know you probably want to get moving and tackle all of the problems in your life, but that's unrealistic and a great way to fail at trying to achieve success. Once you tackle a small problem, you can move on to another small problem. And then before you know it, your largest problem will no longer be an issue because you've slowly treated each contributing factor. If you are not sure where to start, check out my free goal setting download, or as I mentioned before, my book and workshops will walk you through this task step by step. Again, everything is linked in the show notes. After we've defined our problem, we need to think about timelines. Setting up a timeline will help us tackle our goal. We want to make the timeline feasible. Setting a goal to tackle 6 months from now will probably be too long because we tend to push it off until we don't even realize half a year has passed us by and we didn't make any progress. Making the timeline too short may set us up for failure because we need enough time to make a plan and implement it. I can't necessarily give you a magic number, but depending on what your goal is, giving yourself a few weeks to achieve it is typically a good place to start. After setting your goal and the timeline to achieve it, we'll need to schedule how we're going to tackle this. We need to treat our goals like an important appointment. Suppose you want to declutter your basement. Your kids may have activities from 4 o'clock p.m. until 9:30 p.m. on Mondays and Wednesdays, but they only have one practice on Tuesday and nothing on Thursday. So knowing this, you should block off Tuesdays and Thursdays to dedicate time to decluttering. Wherever you put your family events, whether it be a digital calendar, dry erase board, or maybe a paper calendar, your goal needs to go in there too. If you have a shared family calendar, put your work time in the calendar and have a conversation with your family, letting them know how important it is to respect that time and allow you, or all of you, if it's a family goal, to work on it. It is also important to block out a sufficient amount of time. If you only have 20 minutes a night decluttering your basement, it won't happen because that'll just be enough time to get started, maybe go through one pile, and you'll make no progress, which will cause frustration. You should think about blocking out enough time that you can get things done, but not too much time that you're going to give up out of frustration, impatience, and exhaustion, and then forget about the whole project altogether. Then you want to think about rewarding the success. We need to celebrate little wins and keep our eyes on the prize. If you stuck to your set time and successfully worked towards your goal for multiple days, then give yourself a tiny reward. I think it's important to recognize the progress, but we want to be careful with what we're using as a reward. If you're decluttering, it's probably not a good idea to reward yourself with a shopping spree because you're just going to hinder the progress of getting rid of things. If you're working toward getting healthier, treating yourself to a milkshake may knock you off track. We want to focus on healthy rewards like allowing yourself maybe a 20-minute break from working for you to scroll on social media. Maybe you want to take a girls' trip with friends, paint your nails to match your favorite outfit, draw a hot bubble bath, or take yourself out to the movies. Things we want to stay away from are the habits that can tend to be unhealthy for us, such as going out drinking or rewarding ourselves with comfort food. These types of rewards can cause other bad habits. In order to reward ourselves, though, we need to be sure that we're reflecting on our progress. After working on your goal for a while, stop and reflect on the progress about midway through. Are you gaining progress? If not, why? Reflect on how it's going and make changes as needed in order to get back on track. We want to reflect throughout the journey so we don't get to the finish line when it's too late to make changes and we haven't achieved our desired outcome. This causes frustration and defeat, so be sure you're checking in with yourself regularly to prevent the desire to give up. If your plan is working, continue doing what you've been doing. If it isn't working, don't focus on the negative. Instead, take the failure and refine the plan in order to make it better. We can't get defeated by things that aren't working. We need to look at failures as just the first attempt at something amazing. So, to recap, 6 steps for achieving your goals is to narrow your problem down to smaller parts so you can tackle your goals bit by bit. Once you decide what you want to achieve, set a realistic timeline of when you're going to achieve this goal. Once you've set your timeline, add when you're going to tackle the goal into your calendar and treat it like an important appointment that you cannot miss. Discussing this with your family will help you be successful too, with their encouragement and support. Throughout your work, remember to celebrate successes with things you enjoy that are healthy for your self-care. Finally, be sure you're checking your progress along the way. If things are going well, that is awesome. If you're not quite getting the results you wished for, reflect on what you're struggling with, tweak it, and continue to tackle your plan. As always, I'm here to support you on your journey of creating beauty and order in a chaotic world. Feel free to check out my other resources on my website at thecraftybeecompany.com. You can sign up for our mailing list, which will also give you 4 free weeks of meal planning with recipes, or you can contact me if you're interested in support with one-on-one personalized consultations. Don't forget to pollinate joy to others who may find this episode helpful, and be sure to like and subscribe so I can continue to make content for you and for others. Thank you and take care.